What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the decidedly debonair Dr. Disaster. And I know there are a lot of people out there who do their gaming on consoles. Unfortunately, I'm one of them these days until I get my PC upgrade, but there really is no substitute for gaming on PC. It is simply the best.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Steam is obviously the superior gaming platform. Modding on PC is easier. The whole experience is just better. But one of the most important parts of gaming on PC these days is the fact that games on Steam don't have an overbearing overlord dictating ridiculous things, preventing a game like Stellar Blade from reaching its full potential. Microsoft, for example, infamously told people developing games on their platform to avoid curvy female characters, and Sony, who has Stellar Blade's developer shift up under their corporate umbrella, they handed down orders to censor parts of Eve's outfits, because in the eyes of these progressive shitlibs, this is how female characters should look on screen.
I really feel like a fool.
Look, nice son.
Well, yesterday, a trailer for the Stellar Blade PC release accidentally got dropped onto YouTube before getting hastily taken down, but not before it was captured and circulated on social media, and we found out a few things. First of all, the game is releasing in almost exactly a month, so a lot sooner than a bunch of us expected, and more than that, according to some images from the trailer, it appears that the censorship that was present in the original PS5 version of the game has been undone to at least some extent. A version of one of the outfits is being reverted back to its original form, which, as long as this remains in the version that we eventually see on Steam, this tells us definitively who was responsible for the PS5 version of the game's censorship.
It was me! You nasty little worm.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and also, please consider supporting this channel by becoming a member. I'm working on a space pirate cartoon that members will have early access to, among other upcoming projects, and currently, members have access to the audiobook version of the first part of my novel, The Darkest Heritage, which has been well received thus far. We can't just complain about culture, it has occurred to me. We have to provide alternatives. So, if you want to support this sort of venture, then consider becoming a channel member for as little as $5 per month. But anyhow, let's talk about Stellar Blade and the removal of the censorship of that game. As I'm sure a ton of you remember, last year when Stellar Blade was released on the PS5, there were a lot of sewer creatures from the HR departments of the world who slithered out of their lair long enough to screech about Stellar Blade being harmful to women. They hated the fact that Eve showed off skin because, let's just be real here, these things are jealous whenever someone else soaks up male attention. There was a bit of a coordinated campaign from the gaming journalists who attacked Stellar Blade for a variety of reasons, not the least of which being the depiction of some graffiti on a wall which said "Hard R," which some people took to believing was a racial slur. But anyhow, Sony buckled under the pressure and shift up was made to censor things. The hard R was removed, and several outfits in the game were made to cover Eve up. As a result, a shitload of gamers who normally would have supported this game because Stellar Blade generally represents what we want to see in gaming But anyhow, a bunch of people refuse to purchase the game because they are strongly against censorship, and I respect the hell out of that. I personally ended up buying the game, but I get why someone wouldn't, and a campaign was started in order to pressure Sony to undo the censorship called Free Stellar Blade. It got a ton of signatures, and Sony then tried to compromise. They showed a little more skin in a few of the censored outfits, but it still wasn't back to the original costume. It was a half measure. Well, now it looks like we might actually get access to the uncensored outfits after all. Grums over on X posted saying, Stellar Blade PC appears to have at least one outfit uncensored, and he quote tweeted a person who included some images, including one image from the accidentally released Stellar Blade trailer, and the person wrote, Mu-Tan Peony costume has been uncensored, big win, may bode well for the others. And then, let's look at the images included in the tweet. This is what the outfit looks like on the PS5 right now, with the leggings added in order to cover up skin. Here is what it was supposed to look like when Stellar Blade first came out, and here is how the image appears in the trailer for this PC version. As you can see, it looks like the outfit was fixed. So, once again, I will throw this out there. If you are looking for reason number 200,312 that PC gaming is superior to console gaming, well, there we have it. Sony and the other console platforms are just overbearing caretakers. They are too concerned about maintaining their brand. They are precisely the sort of bozos who will kneel before the woke mob and capitulate because they are too afraid to even attempt to withstand journalists saying something unflattering. These are the people who have facilitated the takeover of the gaming hobby by people who don't actually give a shit about gaming. They just want to make sure that those of us who do enjoy gaming are doing it according to their politically correct standards. But the thing is, there has been talk for a while now that the PC version of Stellar Blade will sell better than the version on the PS5, which is wild, considering that the game is now over a year old. That hardly ever happens, that a game with a delayed PC release outsells the original release. And if this happens, then this is likely due in no small part to the censorship of the game on the PS5 version. Gamers don't like that, and honestly, this may end up costing Sony a good chunk of money. The thing is, when a game gets sold, the platform where the software is sold takes a percentage of the sale because of course they aren't going to host these games for free, nor should they. Usually, it's about a 25% cut, though Steam is rumored to take closer to 30%, so you gotta think, when Sony sold digital copies of Stellar Blade last year, they were getting 100% of the money spent on the game since the software is theirs and it was being sold on their own platform. But now, with these mountains of copies that are going to sell on Steam, well, let's just say that Gabe Newell is going to be able to buy himself a new yacht pretty soon if he wants to. Of course, he already could, but that's beside the point. Steam is going to make a lot of money that Sony decided they didn't want. But anyhow, I'm going to leave it there. What do you think about all this? Drop your contempt for the prudish censors at Sony into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.